there is no time better than right now when there's some beautiful lighting on my Butia capitata to talk to you guys about the booty palm. The booty call palm. Maybe that's what they should call this one. I just pulled up here in my house. Let's go see what this guy's all about. So this is actually a sort of a more of a select strain of Butia capitata. There's a lot of different Butia out there. There's a lot of different Butia out there, and so a lot to select from. And anyway, in my nursery once long ago, I noticed this one here, which seemed to be slower growing, with just an incredible arch to it, and very tight, sort of V-shaped structure to it. And I said, you know what? You should come home with me. And it did. I brought it home here, and there it is. It's kind of like on the corner here as you come up to the garage, and you've got a Mexican blue palm, tall one right behind it that I rescued from somewhere, right there. And then you've got another rescue plant. This was a plant, well actually I paid someone for this plant out of their garden, like, I don't know, 15 years ago. It's finally growing. But the Butia capitata is native to Argentina, Brazil, South America, and sort of more arid areas. And it's a really well-behaved palm. It grows very slowly, and you can see, it's in your face a little bit as you walk by, unlike the queen palm, which gets super tall. Queen palm is walk under. I'll demonstrate. And you can walk under a queen palm at a very young age without any issue. Whereas the Butia palm, to walk under a to walk under some Butia palm would take an awful long time, probably 20 years or so before this thing is like above your head, maybe even longer. Or you can buy a big expensive one for me and we can do it right away. But no, it's a really well-behaved palm. The beauty of this palm is the arch to the foliage. It's so pretty, especially when this palm is lit at night. It's just super dramatic. It's also because they're usually fairly silverish. This is not the most silvery of the Butia palms I've seen. It's more of a kind of an olive drab green, but it's a little more silvery on the back side of the foliage, if we can get the light shining on that. Actually, you can get on this one here. The light's real good on that one. You can see there it has some nice silver color on it. But the way you want to use this palm is in a place where it won't bother you. It needs about 12 by 12 to really spread itself out and look really good. It also, this one has a more narrow trunk than a typical Butia. This trunk here is probably 18 inches across. Some Butias can get 30 inches across, real big, so they can be variable. We'll go down below it and take a look. It also will make an edible fruit, which is delicious, and it's also called the jelly palm, because jelly is made from the fruit as well as wine, and it's really good just to freshly eat it. Now, the jelly palm, Butia, it's also called the Pindo palm, I think, for the pendulous nature of the structure of the fronds. This palm, the fruit on this palm is variable. So some palms are going to have really big fruit that's sour. Other palms will have little fruit that's sweet. Some palms will have yellow, bright yellow. Some palms will have yellow and orange. And so there's a lot of variability with this one. What you're looking for would be the absolute best, would be a yellow and orange and red even, for the most visually striking of color on the fruit, coupled with the fact that it would be really big with a small seed with tons of flesh and very little bitter taste and just nothing but sweetness in it. And those palms are really hard to find, and there's just very few. And then, but if you find one, you got to get your hands on it. You can, after this one here should start, actually it actually did flower. So it's sexually mature. It's a sexually mature Butia palm. And so I didn't get any fruit off it yet, but probably will make some later. But you get the best fruit ones. You have to buy bigger ones to know what the fruit is going to taste like, to be sure of it. And then ideally, you would be looking for these fronds that are arranged on a plane. You can see how this is on a plane. They're all on the same plane. Okay. Now sometimes, like a queen palm, these fronds will radiate. They're not in the same plane. They'll radiate in all directions. Sometimes a Butia will do that. That's a Parajubaea over there. That's a whole other story. This is another plant that the fronds are arranged on a plane, a flat plane. You can see the flat plane of foliage up there on each one of those. And so the Butia palm can be flat planed, or it can be multi-planed or radiated. And the flat plane ones have the neatest look and appearance about them. And so that's what you're looking for there. You're also looking for really good coloration. If you can get really intense silver, that is really striking. This plant is really drought tolerant once established. It loves water, will grow really well with water, but this plant here doesn't get any water. No water for this guy. In fact, nothing over here gets watered anymore. I've got blue palm, Brahia brandegii up there, sago palm, Chilean wine palm, and Butia palm, and more Brahia armata, and nothing on this side of the driveway gets any water whatsoever anymore. And so it just shows you how drought tolerant these palms are once they get established. Also, if you take the water away from these drought tolerant palms, once they get to a nice size, then they'll stay at that size longer, which is really important. What else to tell you about this tree? I know where you can get some. There's this nursery in Richmond. It's called Golden Gate Palms Nursery. They've got 3 acres of trees over there. Every kind of palm you can imagine. The dude that runs the place, he's a little nutty, but you just gotta kind of put up with all of his plant stories, and eventually you'll get out of the store and get your plant. You might be more confused after you leave than when you came, but you'll certainly know more about palms. So anyway, there you go. Butia capitata from Brazil and South America and Argentina, Paraguay. You got it right there.